Good. I'm jumping out of my skin with excitement because you guys have problems. I've been through a lot of that same thing, like struggling to put my socks on and things. So it's going to be great. So if you want to spread your legs out and just not stand in front of that, so one of you on that side and two on that side. We'll start with core activation, just standing. So yeah, just when you're standing there, try and get your feet parallel, get into that habit, and then you're going to soften your knees and turn them out. Keep going, out, out, out. Soften those knees and turn them out. Soften a bit more, it's a bit bend. Just keep them bent.
I don't know if it will bend very well considering.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
Rather than going back and locking them, you're just going to slight bend in them, and now we're going to really turn them out. So if you look at your feet, when you stand relaxed and you first stand there, a lot of people stand like this, and so you lose the arch in your feet, and I've got a bunion on my side, you guys look like pretty good toes, but you can see that big toe goes over there. So if you find yourself doing that and then you go to walk and run, your knees follow this path and out of alignment, so it's wearing and tearing. This is getting longer and this is getting crushed every step you take. So try and get in the habit of standing there like so. So bring your feet in parallel again, Mel. That's it. Soften those knees and put the weight on the outside of your feet. No, that's all right. And then take a deep breath into your collarbones and really try to lift your chest up. And then when you exhale, squeeze it out from below your belly button. And that's going to rock your hips back and even turn your knees out even more. So you find your knees have come closer together. Lisa, going to turn them out. So again, into your chest. And squeeze the air out of here. You get your hips to rock back, your tailbone to tuck under a little bit. And then you've got that tight left shoulder, so when you breathe in, just try not to lift the shoulders, but really lift the collarbones, and we're going to rock back. So what you're aiming for is your thoracic area to rock back when you breathe in, and your pelvic area to rock back when you breathe out. And at the same time you exhale, you're going to feel those knees turn out and more weight get into the outside of the feet. In yoga, you're here with your hands, you're supposed to turn your hands into the mat so that your elbows turn out. It's kind of the same thing with your feet, so you don't want to peel your feet up, but really try to twist into the floor and keep this knuckle grounded. And as you twist into the floor, really try to turn your feet out, feel those knees turn out. Try and get the forefoot planted, so you bend your knees, weight into your toes, even weight in your toes, and really turn that weight out. How's that feel? Good, so that's standing, and sometimes it's a little hard to really engage there. You guys feel that engagement?
Not really.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've used those core muscles.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice in different positions. So, are you guys all right with being on all fours?
Probably not. We'll see how I go. We'll have to adapt it because my shoulders only got that movement. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll go out there.
Yeah, but I might not be able to put weight on it. So we'll see how we go. I'll have a try.
Yeah, good. Let me know and we'll come up with a solution. So grab yourselves a mat. It doesn't offer much cushioning, but just the part.
Straight out front.
Yeah. How's that?
That's all right now.
So the yogi cat-cow is quite exaggerated all the way through there. We're going to do this one just to practice what we were doing standing. So when you breathe in your collarbones, imagine them getting longer. Really inflate your chest, and when you breathe out, you want to squeeze that air out from your belly button and just rock the pelvis back. The tailbone tucks under a little bit. So what we're aiming for is a couple of inches below your belly button. So I call it the belt buckle. You're trying to lift that belt buckle to the ceiling, squeezing the air out. So now you're working against gravity. Feel that one a bit more? Yeah. Yoga simply means union of mind and body. So taking your time to breathe and connect and feel your body is yoga. which is what I try to teach through all the exercises. So it does steal a little bit away from yoga. Just try and drop through your shoulders, Danny. Try and drop your spine through your shoulders so you get hunched up a little bit there. So when we breathe in, try to pull the shoulders down and back your back. And then when you exhale, just trying to lift up very bottom, top of your pelvis, and try not to lift up through your back. Good breathing, Lisa, up here. Great. How about you guys? Feeling that core now? Working against gravity? Good. Now to really feel it, I'll get you to roll onto your backs, but just watch this one. So it's quite common people do these leg lowers for the legs, but I'll explain later what causes a lot of these back issues in the first place is tightness in the front of the hips. So you can imagine I come in here and overload it, so there's big quad muscles that join onto the front of my spine. They now lock on, so when I lower my legs, see how it lifts my back?
Yeah.
So going through exercise like this, you can just see it's really crushing on the back. So rather than that, you're going to start lying on your back, and same thing as you just did, exhale and try and squeeze your belt buckle to the floor this time. And if you're really sore in the back, you don't want to overdo this, so you start just in this position, really try and get that feeling. So there should be a little bit of space there. You can use one hand just to fill that gap that should be there, and your other hand you can put it on your belt buckle, so you've really got a good feeling for it. So breathe into the chest and squeeze out so that this hand comes down. And you don't want to really feel the abs work either, so you've got this big muscle group and this big muscle group that overlap, but we want those two to relax and use the core here. So I shouldn't feel the abs, and try and let the quads relax as well, the hip flexors. So my hand there, I breathe into the chest and then breathe out. So all that softens and gets hollow. And now when I lift the leg, if I don't have it active, then I'll feel this big jerk and everything get tight. So I'm going to exhale, softens up, and then I can lift the leg. If I'm alright with that, I reset and then lift the other leg. And now instead of doing a big straight leg lower, I'm just going to exhale and extend until I feel a bit of resistance, and then come back. Go too hard, the abs come on and the hip flexors engage. Go soft, and I manage to keep this hollow and really feel that core engage. Now, like we were when we were standing, we use the breath to really activate it, like yoga. So if I exhale, get that active and extend, and then take a deep breath in, all that relaxes, back. So I want to go. Now I'm in a safe place to take that in breath. So really learning to activate the core when it's under load. Safest to do it all in the exhale. Obviously you can't walk around all day exhaling. So the first skill is to use your breath to activate it, and then the second skill when you're walking is just trying to keep some level of activation as you're walking. Some level of activation as you breathe in. But in this example you notice if you do breathe in, how hard it is to keep it that level of activation when you're really challenging it by holding your legs out. Sound good? Too much blurting? Too much to take in? Or recap it as we go. So start with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and just have a few breaths there to practice one hand underneath the small of your back and one hand on your belt buckle.
Does it matter that this one isn't going to reach the floor?
What's that?
Does it matter that this one isn't going to
No,
reach the
that's
floor?
all right. Just try to let it relax though. Is it painful?
Oh, I'm scared of it. Alright, okay, I'm actually on the floor, but my legs aren't even.
That's all right. No issue. And if you were trying to lift your foot up to guard it, when you're guarding an injury, then your hip flexor's on. Notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
So one hand under the small of your back and the other hand on your belly button. Try to just relax it there. One hand on your belt buckle, I should say.
still engaging my abs.
Yeah, keep practicing. So when you breathe in, you feel your rib cage lift right up. Your abs are there to hold your rib cage down or pull them down. So the job of your abs is actually to stop you bending too far back by holding your ribs down. The job of your abs is not to do lots of crunches and compress your spine. So when you breathe in, you feel your rib cage lift right up. When you exhale, you want to have the abs relax so they don't pull your ribs back down. So again, the inhale rotates your thoracic back, your chest area, chest cavity backwards, and the exhale just rocks your pelvis back. How's that? Good, so on the next exhale, you engage and then gently lift one knee. So everything's at one knee, so everything's at 90 degrees. Exhale. And you want to initiate the exhale first so that you're really engaged before you do the movement. So next leg, Mel and Danny. Exhale first, Danny. You feel that engagement?
Yep.
That's it, soften and then lift. Good. All the way up to 90 degrees, so it's nice and safe. Good. Try again there and see if you can get your belly button as hollow as it was with your feet flat on the floor. You right, Mel?
What am I doing?
Just keep your hands where they were. And just another big breath in with your feet where they are. And see if you can get that engagement that you had before. So nice hollow abs like you had when your feet were up high. How's that for you? Comfortable?
Yeah, I can tell my body's out of alignment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting.
So from that position, from 90 degrees, exhale, nice engagement, and then keep that long, steady out breath going as you slowly extend 2 or 3 inches, and then bring your knees back to 90 degrees. Painful?
Oh, just feel that in the back, yeah. Not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, so like Lisa's doing, you just go for that gentle 2 or 3 feet, 2 or 3 inches extension, and then bring it back. So bring one up at a time, make sure you really engage, or feel that top hand drop. That's it, and bring one knee up at a time. Reset. Good. I really like working with people that have had these injuries because you really appreciate it a little bit more. And so you're going to exhale, feel that right hand drop in, and then come back, bring it back, bring it back. You can also already see that this hand's a little bit higher than what you managed with your feet flat on the floor. So I'll just bring these right up here. So you relax your legs, I'll take the weight. That's it, feel how your abs are softened.
Yep.
Cool, squeeze that air out so your right hand's nice and low. And I'm going to gently release the pressure. And then bring it back in, breathe in. Exhale, keep your ribs up high, belly button comes in, and then I'll slowly give you the weight. Good. So I'm going to put you on the floor again. Feel that difference? So for you, I'd say just keeping them on the floor, and then with one leg pop back down, and that hollow belly. How's that going for you, Lisa?
Yeah, sort of like I get to a certain point and my legs don't want to go any further.
Yeah.
Not sure why, like it seems to be just too hard
Good to
to
hear.
go too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a comfortable position to get to and then still there.
Yeah, so people go like, core. Just do that. So people go like, core, yeah, great exercise, and then they're doing the leg lowers and the crunches and things like that. It's such a subtle movement. You really feel that activation, and you feel the difference when it's protecting your back and when it's not. So it's pretty hard angle. You know, your body's not designed to be lying down and throwing your legs out. Pretty hard angle to keep engaged and protected. But it's a good place to practice and learn. How about now? Are you feeling that waistband muscle?
I feel it in there now.
Yeah. Good. You try to get it to a point where it's a little bit sore, and then it's easy when you're standing to go, oh yeah, there it is.